Nobody would have thought that I would be the one. Rhyner, sports talk.
Baseball, 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 baseball.
Oh, with the big mic. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Okay, now I get it.
We got a lightning strike, boys. What happened over there, Grego? We had a little lightning strike right outside the window.
All right. Here's a tip for all these Americano League teams. Don't.
Wait, you said tip.
Yeah, tip.
Okay.
With a P.
Keep jamming.
The ticket, nothing but a big Gen X jerk-off session.
This is a cool night or what?
Although somebody would hear that and go, bullshit.
I'm back, bitches.
And even with trying to, start the games at like 7:30, 7:40. There's just no...
It makes no difference.
Right.
Well, y'all are live, just so y'all know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we are?
Perfect.
Okay. All right, cool.
We're here.
Yeah.
We're not scared.
Pretty sure everybody knows what y'all are talking about, so that's
Yeah.
helpful.
We like the ballpark. We
Yeah.
like the Gilf.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I support it all the way.
Damn right you do.
Everybody likes the ballpark. It's just the 98 degrees until it's
Right.
9:30 at night that nobody
Yeah.
liked.
We'll
That's
always
all.
love the temple for its memories and all that.
Yes.
But we will not miss burning our buns.
Yeah, the temple was the temple. The temple was wonderful in its time, but anybody who comes up to me and says they don't like the new ballpark, I look at them and say, you're an idiot.
Harsh but fair.
Yeah, it is harsh.
Mike
but fair.
Rhyner story.
God, that's what we should have called the podcast.
Harsh but fair.
Harsh
We
but
can,
fair.
we,
Yeah.
can change lanes. Let's do it.
Yeah, we can.
It's your show.
I feel like the other.
It's your company.
250, the final Dart
There you go.
Companion.
Okay.
251, the debut of Harsh but Fair.
Starting August 13th,
Yeah.
Harsh but Fair, the Mike Rhyner podcast. The Mike Rhyner serial podcast.
Yes.
Cereal.
I don't know what that really means for us, but it sounds, like the
Isn't every podcast serial because it's recurring?
You would think. So I guess it's just implied.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if they're serial, that means one has to do with what came before it, right?
Oh, and we definitely don't do that.
No, we don't do that at all.
Wait, now I'm curious.
The
Oh,
definition
you're
of
gonna
serial?
look it up? Yeah.
Yeah, serial is kind of a take on series,
Oh. Look at him.
is it not?
You're the wordsmith.
I mean, I'm asking.
It says generally refers to something arranged, occurring, or produced as a series. It
There you
can
go.
mean
Okay.
A story
Hey.
published in installments, a computing transfer method, or most famously today, the groundbreaking investigative journalism podcast, or serial killers.
I hope everybody.
Oh,
heard
no,
what
wait.
he
There was a
said.
podcast called Serial? I'm
pretty
totally
smart.
joking. No, I the driest of sarcasm
I appreciate
over
it.
here. Yeah.
Okay.
I've never known you to be sarcastic.
Is there a podcast called Serial Killers?
Probably.
There's bound to be.
Yeah. If not,
J-
maybe Signal 51 changed
Ju-
their name.
No, just to steal a couple of people who like mistakenly typed in and searched for cereal and they clicked on serial kill. I would do it just for the accidental clicks.
Absolutely.
To inflate the numbers.
Hey, we could use those, so we might have a
Yeah.
new strategy, new
You want
business
to give us
strategy.
some accidental clicks? Go ahead.
Hey,
Right.
give them to us.
Any
It's a
and
whole
all
new media
clicks are
landscape.
accepted. We love all, we serve all. Are we on?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. We've been live for a few minutes.
we have?
Yeah.
3.5
Okay.
minutes in, y'all.
Well,
I don't know what the format is. I just figured we were chatting
Yeah.
for a while.
Hey, you knew not to cuss and all that, even though you can cuss because we're not regulated by the FCC anymore.
I'll try to keep it clean for you.
I know
Goose.
you will.
Yeah,
You're a clean- clean
family
guy.
friendly
that's what he does.
I know. He's so professional.
He is.
Who the hell are we talking to?
ish. Yeah.
We are talking to Brien Rea.
Yeah.
And you see Brien Rea hosting that Dallas Stars pre-post
Intermission.
intermissions. When they're not
Off-season
playing
stuff.
hockey, you see him.
Yep.
You see him and his pal Sevy,
Oh,
the great Brent Severin.
we need to get him on too. I've been.
gosh,
I'm kind
we
of
do.
surprised I got here before
gonna say,
Sevy did. Like, is Sevy on vacation? A lot of people are on vacation if you're pulling me in here.
Yeah, I tried a couple times, like a little before last season, then about halfway through the season, it was too busy. But I think now might be a good time to
Probably because Sevy was coaching hockey for
I was
the
gonna say,
13th hour of the day,
Yeah.
his 5th day of the week,
That man
which is what
works.
he does. Yes, he does. He's a good
Coaches
man.
hockey?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Well, Brien Rea is
Yes.
here.
Yes.
How are
Very
you,
happy
man?
to
I'm disappointed that the season ended back in May and it didn't end, say, 3 or 4 nights ago. But first of all, thanks for you guys for having me on.
Yeah, man.
Which has been a lot of fun. But I'm doing good. I am very much in my parrot head era, which is what I usually get into right about this point of the summer. So
You know, without
I'm
knowing
here.
you any better than I do, I would hope for nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, it's, well, like, you know what? I say parrot head jokingly, but actually, like, I grew up with Jimmy Buffett because I have older brothers, and I just finished reading a biography of Jimmy Buffett. So, like, I'm like, you know what? I think I got to throw on a little bit of a party shirt here for the Dark Companion.
All right.
We welcome parrot heads. We've had Evan Grant on.
Is he a big time parrot head?
Oh, my
No,
goodness.
Hardcore?
the biggest.
Y'all
The
would be
biggest.
Oh my
BFF.
gosh.
Y'all would
It's-
bond.
I wouldn't say I'm a hardcore, although I never got to see him live before Jimmy Buffett passed, which is a huge bummer for me. But yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have seen that.
We're always happy to have Evan on, so maybe we bring you on and y'all have parrot head talk.
Perfect.
There you go. Uh-oh.
Answer.
Is
Ashley?
Parrot Head the same thing as Yacht Rock? Or is it just Jimmy Buffett?
It applies more to Jimmy Buffett, but there are those who would tell you that Jimmy Buffett is yacht rock.
Yes. Yeah. You were you were in the same zip code, so you're close enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
That he falls under that heading.
I've been very lost.
Anybody been to any good concerts lately?
Ooh.
What do you got? Is this for me or is this for
Sure,
anybody
yeah.
in the
For
room?
everybody.
For everybody, but, you know, hopefully you.
Oh man, no, because this is the first time, Mike, that you and I are meeting.
Yeah.
So like my wife and I, we're huge live music fans, and Groobs has made fun of me plenty of times in
think I'm
experiences
fun.
past. Well, no, Sevy and I did something online, and you took a screenshot of it. I'm pretty sure you turned it into like a Collective Soul album cover.
Oh, I did.
Or some type of, yeah. It's so.
See, this
it's
is
in
why
jest.
he's the devil.
But it's also why he's very good. Because a lot of people saw that and started laughing.
Yeah.
At my expense, mine and Sevy's expense. I think it was more my expense.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, you know what, man?
But hey, I've supported your Collective Soul love for as long as I've known you.
Well, it's my '90s love because I'm a '90s kid.
Me too.
So that's. I mean, I was born in the '80s, but the developmental years were the '90s. So like Collective Soul, Hootie, Bare Naked Ladies, Matchbox 20, Cowboy Mouth is my all-time favorite band who never made it big, but like those are all in my wheelhouse. And so, man, I'm trying to think. Like it was either, I don't know if it was last summer or 2 summers ago, but we saw Alanis, we saw Third Eye Blind, we saw Yellow Card opened
hell
up
yeah.
for Third Eye Blind, which was hilarious and awesome at the same time. So gosh, man, that's actually it just dawned on me. The last concert that I saw, there's an indie band that we really like called The Strike. All right, they're based out of Utah, and they're kind of like a synth 80s rock pop type thing, but they were opening for the Fray of Cable Car Over My Head Fame. So the funny thing for us is we show up to go see the opener. It was at the Southside Ballroom. We show up to see the opener, and there's a handful of people there. We're wearing our Strike t-shirts, the whole thing. We walk in, the place is totally sold out, packed. I mean, front to back, completely full, sold out for the Fray. And the more we're looking around, it is all Gen Z. And we're sitting here going, the Fray's hit was like in 2004 or whatever. Is this a Grey's Anatomy influence because they had one of their, like, is that what it is? How is this place filled with Gen Z for a band that had their hit 20 to 25 years ago?
Yeah.
Where is the second wave coming from? We were enamored by it. It was a great show. We had a ton of fun, but we were just kind of like, what is the cultural connection? And great for the Fray, by the way, to have a second wave and the next generation coming up. But we were just enamored by it. Great show as well. You're looking up the strike right now, aren't you?
I'm looking up the Fray first, but
we went for
How
the
to
strike.
Save Life is closing in on 2 billion streams.
But when was it released? I'm going to say 2002.
Let's see. 2005.
Samsonite, I was way off.
Just close enough.
Shoopy.
What?
What's Gen Z?
Pretty much me and Brian.
No.
Right?
No.
Millennials.
I'm millennial. I'm elder millennial.
85?
83.
Okay.
We're millennials.
96.
Okay, you're
No, I am millennial.
You're young millennial. We're elder millennial.
Yes.
Yes.
So are you Gen Z, Shoopy?
No.
Millennial.
Nobody here is
I got
Gen
my
Z.
terminology wrong.
No.
Do me a favor, Shoopy.
Yes, sir.
Put on Overtime by the Strike.
Okay.
That's their opener at all their shows, and it's one of my all-time favorite songs. It's a great opening number.
Here we go.
Little synth, little piano,
Okay.
and then they have a saxophone in a ton of their songs. We can just sit here and listen to the whole Strike
We can do
catalog.
whatever we want, yeah.
Yeah, but this is one of my and my wife. This is one of our favorite bands. First time we saw them live, they were at Club Dada a couple of years ago down in Deep Ellum, and then they picked up some momentum and they caught on with the Fray last summer on their tour, and so they got to open for them. And then they're touring right now, but they're not coming back to Dallas,
Damn.
and we're not happy about it.
Let's put out the call
We're
right
not-
now.
yeah,
Hey,
like-
Strike. Come here.
Work your phones.
Yeah.
Who do you people know around here?
We know people.
I brought that up because I went to a concert last night
Whoa.
Who?
for the first time in a long time. Now, this is not Gen Z. This is not millennial. This is not nothing of the sort.
Who was it?
But it's one of the acts that I truly, truly admire. And Shoopy will know this.
Okay.
And it was at the Majestic Theater, which is
Great spot.
where we were
Hell yeah.
just a couple weeks ago.
Probably not the Sex Pistols.
No, it was not the Sex Pistols.
I love Ash's musical brain.
What's a band that's fairly older that I could throw out there? All right.
Yeah.
It was Todd Rundgren.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you know me, you know I'm a big Todd fan. If I can go see him when he comes through here, I do go see him. But recently, concerts have hit me kind of funny. And I'm really having a hard time putting my finger on exactly why. But I was expecting to go see Todd and everything would be all right again. And it was not all right.
Uh-oh.
I felt the same way that I did at more recent concerts that I've seen. And as I was walking out, a question that I never thought that I would face was stirring around in my head. And that is, do I want to keep going to these things?
Like in general, or
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are they too loud?
No, it's not that it's too loud or anything like that.
Is it seated, or are you still ending up like in the GA pit at some
No,
concerts?
the Majestic, it's nothing but seats.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
I had great
Yeah.
seats.
Oh.
You know, and I'm not saying that there was anything wrong with the venue. I love that venue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they let us go in there and knock around a few weeks ago. I hope everybody saw that podcast. But
The Great Schweds.
I just don't. Maybe I'm getting too old for it. I don't know, but it's really weird. And it flies in the face of everything about me. You know. I mean, I thought I would really enjoy going concerts from now until I just, for whatever reason, until I'm in the home or dead or whatever, that I just couldn't go to them anymore. And now I don't know, man.
Like, are you having a good time when you're there, or is it something about the experience?
Is it more
that's
like,
changed,
I have
or-
to go home after this? Like, I have to go through the process of leaving said concert?
No, it's not like that.
It's not as
Yeah.
majestic.
It's I don't know. The music just doesn't do it for me that much anymore.
Whoa.
Wow.
Is it because they're getting older and not into it as much as they used to be?
That could be a part of it.
Yeah.
Because
You make comments about that a lot.
you have do what?
You make comments about that a lot.
Yeah, and you have to ask yourself a very important question when you go to these shows with these guys who are of a certain age, like as Todd is. Are they still going to be able to do this the way they used to?
And they probably won't.
No.
But can they at least get it to a level that's worth going for?
When you hit the high marks that he's hit in the past, then you are very, very disappointed with anything else.
Yeah.
See, the thing that concerns me, like, can you still play the music? Does it still sound good? And what is your vocal situation
Right.
at?
Are you having to change keys of songs? Are you having to slow down?
Cover it
or
up with
speed
background
or-
vocals, or you lower the octave in which you're singing the song in, and like that's because man, the miles that these acts put on themselves singing these songs day in and day, like it does add up over that level of career and that level of time.
And the thing about him is he's never been one to do a song exactly the way it is on the record, especially when it comes to the vocals. He will take all kinds of liberties with those. I mean, not to the point where it's not recognizable. It's just he's just found a different way to do it that he likes a little bit better. And he was doing that last night, but there are a couple times where he tried to do something that he just couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just, oh man, I wish I hadn't seen that.
Is it almost your? I hope this doesn't sound too morbid, because this doesn't seem like a group of dark humor.
Right.
Oh no, not us.
That would not be us.
No, but is it almost in that moment you're realizing the mortality of the act that you have so revered and loved? They are not the same that they used to be or how you remember them.
It is, and in realizing the mortality of the act, sooner or later, you get around to realizing the mortality of you.
Yes. I don't want to take it there this early, Mike, but okay. I mean, let's check that box.
We're all dark companions here. And also, I guess for you, how much are you looking for them to replicate the record and the performance, or are you okay with the improv within reason? Or is it,
It's a sliding scale.
Okay.
And most times, I don't want it just like the record. And if they want to take some liberties with it, that's fine. Just do stuff you can pull off,
Yeah.
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 You need them to land. You don't want just the attempt.
Yeah. Like, if Steely Dan were to roll through here, I don't think I'd go see them. Because they're to the point where, number one, there's only one of them left. And the whole time he's up there, he looks like he's hating every second of it. Number two, he always drops the first couple of words of phrases. And number three, when he tries to go up into his upper register, he pulls away from the microphone like that.
Like counting on the crowd to fill it in and stuff like that. Yeah, that's not great. But you say drop in the first couple words of lines?
Yeah.
Like, is he forgetting or mistiming?
No. He's here's what I think. This is Donald Fagen we're talking about here. Donald Fagen has always been steeped in jazz. And frequently with jazz singers, they will not sing the first couple of words of a line. That's just kind of a jazz thing. And I think through the years, be it consciously or maybe subconsciously or whatever, he's sort of picked that habit up.
So he wasn't always
interesting.
That you can recall.
That you can remember or recall.
I could remember when he was pretty good about it.
Okay.
When he was pretty good about it and he didn't have to pull away from the microphones when he tried to hit a higher note. Anyway, I don't know why I got off onto that tangent. We got Brien Rea here.
I know, but we talked about
I think it's a great tangent.
Right.
Stars lost in the first round. It sucked. None of us liked it. All right, we've covered that. Where do you guys want to go next? I will tell you guys a funny story since we are on the concert tangent and realizing the mortality of the act you are seeing.
Yes.
So a couple of summers ago, they don't do it anymore, but my wife and I, we did the lawn pass to Dos Equis here in Dallas, Dos Equis Pavilion. And I mean, it was cool because you would go see acts with that and sit on the lawn that you normally wouldn't go see. Chicago was playing, and Brian Wilson was opening. And we'll never know. All I know is we show up, Brian Wilson, I think they're like a song or two, and I think Al Jardine was another one of the original Beach Boys, I believe, right? So it was Brian Wilson, and Al Jardine was also there. And so they're playing all the hits, they're doing their thing. Great time. Brian Wilson's set ends, and he was sitting at a piano. I mean, he looked old. Like, he looked really. I don't know if he was actually playing, if he wasn't, he faked it really well. But set's over. Band is, they're grabbing stuff, they're moving, and all of a sudden, I just see this guy walk out, stagehand, and he's got something with him, and he walks right up to Brian Wilson, and I'm not kidding, opens the walker. The 2 tennis balls are on the bottom of the front legs. And Brian Wilson gets up from the piano, grabs it, and just goes off stage on his own. And it was kind of a surreal moment for me. Like, it was really cool. All right, I got to see 2 of the original Beach Boys. I got to see Brian Wilson. It was phenomenal. But then you see that happen after the set is done. It was just a really strange dichotomy.
Oh, man.
I mean, the guy had an unbelievable career, and to be that age, still touring, still playing, go ahead. Whatever you need to get off the stage, fine. I loved your music. Like, I'm a much younger generation here seeing your music. We were jacked up to see that, but
that is a bit of a
guy
paradox.
walking his way off stage.
Just kind of scooching down the stage. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it is, but knowing everything that Brian Wilson has been through and knowing his backstory, then I really would not be surprised by that.
No, it's just a fascinating moment to see.
Yeah.
But man, the song sounded great.
At least he's not. Great. He wasn't doing what. Have you seen the footage of like Frankie Valli performing?
No.
Like, he's done performing now. Like, they finally, I guess, got him to stop. But he looked like a mannequin or animatronic, like Rock-afire Explosion or something. Like, he was just barely like moving. Wasn't even making an attempt to sing. It was just all backing track, basically.
Oh, that's a bummer.
And he's, 93, 94 now?
Yeah,
but,
that's a bummer.
You know, it's
I
probably just trying to make his money. And
yeah.
It was rough to see. Yeah. So there is definitely that line of, like, if they're still enjoying doing it, then why not? But
that's the thing. It's their entire life.
That's it. You know, if they're still enjoying doing it, and they want to do it, and they realize their limitations, but they want to do it anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Conversation over.
Right.
Yeah.
Concessions can be made, but it's tough when you're the audience and, like you said, kind of come to expect after 30, 40, 50 years of performing a certain level, and, you know, they miss a vocal run or, you know, screw up a guitar solo or something. It's just, it's tough.
I don't think I'd go see Paul McCartney again.
No.
Yeah, and he's kind of obviously gotten a bit of a resurgence in popularity, as weird as that might sound. But, you know, he's got a new album that I've really fallen in love with.
Yeah.
But, you know, we did performances, SNL and Colbert.
I remember being on, the guest on the Colbert, on the Last Late Show.
You know, big discussion of, you know, I think he still tries to perform all his songs in the original key, basically for the audience, so they don't have to try to adjust how they're having to sing.
Sure.
But obviously he's 83 or 84 now, so, you know, it's tough for him to hit certain notes after 60 years of performing multiple nights a week and all that. But it's a fascinating thing.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
What are we going to do about it, Shoopy?
I don't know, Shoopy. I guess we should just talk to Brien Rea about it.
What do you want to get into here? What do we got?
I want to know your backstory.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start? Childhood, career.
Start at the beginning.
It was March 17th, 1983, St. Louis, Missouri. And the reason my first name is spelled with an E is because I was not the first. I was the second child in a Irish heritage family born on St. Patrick's Day. So my older brother was born on St. Patrick's Day. On his 7th birthday, I came along. And I was actually, I was supposed to be totally named different. I was supposed to be named after my grandfather. I was supposed to be William Charles Ray. Billy Chuck Ray.
Hell yeah.
Gosh, that didn't happen. But when
Man, that would have been awesome.
Oh, my, it would have
Especially for a hockey guy.
Yeah. Or a serial killer.
I don't know. To be living in Texas, and if your name was Billy Ray, the amount of torture that I would take from that, no, not a chance. But when I came on St. Patrick's Day, my parents changed it to Brian Patrick because I was the second kid. So that's because if people they look at my first name and it's Brien, I didn't know it was.
See, Ashley thought you might have been a woman potentially.
Brien Rea.
Yeah.
The Rea I understand because it's REA. I didn't think the E would be that big of a hassle for people, but that's why it's spelled with an E. It's an Irish heritage thing. But no, I you know what, my growing up in because I grew up in St. Louis, I grew up with the Blues. So the Blues got me into hockey. And when you're a kid, my oldest brother was a hardcore hockey fan, and you just want to be like your older brothers when you're growing up. So that was like my gateway drug into hockey. And then watching it on TV, the broadcast voice of the Blues was a guy named Ken Wilson at the time. And I'm 8 years old, and I'm like, this guy gets paid to be on TV and watch hockey. Like, this has got to be the greatest job in the world. It really does. And so that planted the seed of wanting to get into specifically hockey broadcasting, but sports broadcasting overall. Yeah. And so then when I got to college, there was a campus radio station, and I started doing play-by-play for our college hockey team on that campus radio station. And then
college?
Lake Forest College in Lake Forest, Illinois. 1,000 students, northern suburb. There's 2 claims to fame for Lake Forest, Illinois. Number one, it's where the Chicago Bears used to hold their training camp.
Yeah.
I think there's a place on campus called Hallis Hall, named after George Hallis.
Yeah, I'd heard of that, and it's for that reason.
Yes. So the second claim to fame, in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the ravine where Cameron kills the car goes through the campus of Lake Forest College. So when you're walking between, they called it Middle Campus and South Campus, if you stop at the ravine, you can look right into the back of the garage that the Corvette shot out from.
No way.
John Hughes was from Chicago.
Yeah.
And so he filmed all of those movies in the Chicagoland area. I think a lot of the Brat Pack movies, Home Alone and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So those are the 2 claims to fame from Lake Forest. Well, I don't know if I'm the third. I'm the third claim to fame.
At least 2.5.
Allegedly. Yeah, two and a quarter.
Yeah.
2 and a quarter.
And you always wanted to do hockey. There were no dalliances with baseball or basketball or football or anything else?
Yes. So when I was in college going through this, I'm way too fast of a talker for baseball. I'm too fast. It doesn't fit naturally for me. And hockey, I think just growing up playing it, there's so much energy in a hockey game. There really is. And even when you listen to hockey broadcasts, there's just a different kind of energy on hockey broadcasts. And no indoor voice, outdoor voice, loud kid with a lot of energy. I was just like, I feel like, one, I love the sport, but I think my natural vocal tendencies and personality vibrates towards hockey than it does any other sport. I've done other sports, had a blast doing them, but no, it was pretty much hockey from day one. It really was.
How quick did you fall into doing broadcasting? I know you said you started in college. Like, did you do anything like attempting it before?
No,
like recording into a tape recorder or anything?
So I didn't I thought it was a cool job, but I never took myself seriously. Like a lot of kids, like there's the whole self-confidence battles you go through with teen angst and all that stuff. I just thought, what a great job. Yeah, exactly. What a great job, but I could never do that, And then when I got to college, and they needed somebody to run sports on the college radio station, because the college radio station was dormant for a while. And then my freshman year, there was a group of students that brought it back. And so they wanted somebody to do sports. And a friend of mine was like the student general manager. And I will remember this until I'm Steely Dan forgetting lines of songs. But it was there. It's college. There's like your club meetings and your committee meetings. I go to a meeting gets done, and I'm like, hey, I'll make you a deal. Show me how to work the equipment. I will give you sports. One stipulation: I'm doing play-by-play for every hockey game, and if there's any conflicts with any other students' shows, I get priority. And he goes, done.
Damn.
And so that's where I started doing it for fun. And I was like, I'm going to be like Ken Wilson. I'm just going to do this for fun. Then as I was doing it, the seed had been planted. Now it was starting to grow. I was loving it. I was getting some really nice feedback from faculty members and people around. And I had the guy who was like the faculty advisor for the radio station. He pulled me aside one day and was like, hey, I think you need to research this. Like, I think you might have something here. You need to research this. So that's when I started looking into broadcasting and internships and just trying to dive more and more into that world.
Where'd you go to college?
Lake Forest College.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This was all at Lake Forest.
Oh, okay.
This was all at Lake Forest. Okay. So, and then, so then after that, I went to like a broadcast trade school back home in St. Louis while working part-time behind the seafood counter at a local supermarket. And my first paid broadcasting gig was Division II college basketball. It's like $100 a game. And I had a blast doing it. So that kind of started there. And then the hockey journey you guys will laugh at. I finally got a job offer to go work for the Lubbock Cotton Kings of the old Central Hockey League in Lubbock, Texas. Moved to Lubbock in May of 2007.
Now, did you get this by sending out audition tapes left and right?
Yes. I was sending out audition tapes.
Way?
And then actually the Central Hockey League was doing like a job fair in Dallas. So I flew down early in the morning, went to the job fair, interviewed with a bunch of teams, flew back that evening, and Lubbock called me back, said, yeah, like we're moving on from our broadcaster. Like we need somebody new, we'd like to hire you. So in May of 2007, I moved to Lubbock to work for the Cotton Kings. In July of 2007, the Lubbock Cotton Kings went out of business and shut their doors.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the minor leagues, everybody.
Wow.
So,
Wait, did you even work a game for them?
No. It was 2 months.
Right.
It was, No, I sent out a couple press releases.
Well, okay.
Worked on the website. Didn't shut the doors. Hired me, and they went out of business 2 months after hiring me.
Wow.
So then in August, the Austin Ice Bats in the same league, they called me. I reached out to every team in the Central Hockey League. Everybody knew what was going on. And they hired me. So this is now August of 2007. I moved from Lubbock to Austin. I do their play-by-play for 1 year. And also that season, I met the broadcaster for the Corpus Christi Ice Rays, a guy named Josh Bogorod.
Whoa.
Josh and I go back to 2007, Corpus Christi in Austin, Texas.
He's sat in that chair before.
Yeah.
Yes, he has. Sidebar, my first year in the American League, Dallas came down to Austin with the Texas Stars for training camp. And like Josh and I, it's like, look at this. We were over in Fort Worth. We were in Will Rogers Coliseum over in Fort Worth. And it's like, my first year in the NHL, we go to training camp at Fort Worth. And I'm like, still back in Will Rogers Coliseum. How are we elevated and we're still here? How does this happen? Like it was kind of
avoid it.
It was just the more when you think you're out, it pulls you right back in. But so I go to Austin with the Ice Bats in August of 2007. 9 months later, Ice Bats out of business, shut their doors,
dude.
This is where you start to think: is it me? Is it me? Is it me? Am I the guy? And so after that, there was a team in Odessa, Texas. So They hired me. And I even asked, I'm like, are you going to close within the next 12 calendar months? I have to know. And they're like, no, we're good. So I spent 3 years in Odessa, which was a really great experience. That was an awesome team. That is one of the highlights of my minor league career, was living out there for 3 years. And then after 3 years there, they were dropping to junior hockey. I didn't want to go down. You want to stay where you are. You want to keep going up. So I worked for a team in Arizona for a year. At this point, I could spot when teams were going out of business. So the second I got there, I was like, all right, this is probably going to be gassed in a year. It's probably time to start looking immediately.
Yeah, you know the vibe when you see it.
Yeah. And so then I ended up going to Denver, Colorado. The Central Hockey League, at one point, actually, it was a really good league. Like at one point, there were more professional hockey teams in the state of Texas than anywhere else in the United States. But when I got to the Central Hockey League, it was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
And there's a reason it doesn't exist anymore. So part of it was me taking them all down. Like I will joke. I will look at you groups and I'll go, don't mess with me. I've single-handedly taken down a hockey league.
I was going to say, that's pretty impressive, dude.
I've taken out some teams,
like
man.
Black Widow of Central Hockey League.
Right. But because like I measure my life in hockey seasons. That's basically how I measure my life. So from 2011 to 2012, it was Arizona. From 12 to 13, I was in Denver, Colorado. From 13 to 14, I was out of hockey. I went back to St. Louis. I did sports talk radio for a year. And then from 14 to now, I've been back in hockey. 14 to 18 was the AHL affiliate of the Dallas Stars, the Texas Stars down in Austin. And then from then on, I've been here in Dallas. But everything in the minors was play-by-play based. I didn't start doing TV hosting until I came here to Dallas.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the career retrospect. 15 plus years, one hockey league, 5 teams, dead.
That really is impressive, man.
But the Texas Stars broke the streak.
Hell yeah.
The Dallas Stars have nothing to worry about. Even I couldn't take that team down.
Yeah.
Tom Gallardi's done fantastic for this organization in this city. So
No doubt.
the streak was broken in Austin.
You still want to do play-by-play?
Yeah, that's the career goal. That's the ultimate dream. And it's and I'm not saying anything like people at the Stars don't know. That's actually been one of the great things about working for the Stars. When I got hired to work in Dallas, I might have been 5 shows into my first year with the Stars. And my boss at the time was a guy named Dan Stukel, who, still works at the Stars. Yeah, Stukes. Yeah, Stukes. But he called me in. He's kind of doing the check-in, and he just goes, so, hey, what do you want to do? He's like, tell me what you want to do. So, and like from there, I told him, like, well, my goal is NHL play-by-play. He was like, okay, great. But like the nice thing about the position I'm in is that's the ultimate dream, and that's something that I look for and pursue, but I get to do it in a really cush position because I have a great time working with Sevy and covering the Stars games and between fans, between people. It's been a good team. Playoffs haven't gone the way you wanted. Like 31 teams get disappointed every year, but like there's been a lot of wins and a lot of fun. Draft, Winter Classic, Stadium Series is coming up. Like there's been a lot of cool stuff to cover in my position hosting the broadcast. Yeah. So that's the goal, but it's also like it's a goal that I get to pursue in a really, really comfortable, great spot right now with the team.
Do you think the
McRubes,
That's
highlight of it all?
Whatever.
Yeah. Who could ask for more?
Yep.
Pretty much everybody.
Hardly anybody. So do you think the team that was the last one standing was the deserving team?
Yes, I do. I do. Carolina. It was Carolina. Now, you know what? It's you can dissect a couple of things here with what do you need to go your way to win a Stanley Cup? Probably win a championship anywhere, but Carolina had been one of the best teams in the NHL all season long. They were one of the best teams in the last 5 years in the NHL. So there's a reputation, they're a good team. But for me, the Eastern Conference was a mess all season long. You had Carolina, you had Tampa, Montreal had a heck of a run. But once you got past those top 3 teams, you had like 12 teams fighting for the last 5 playoff spots. I mean, it was a mess. It was a very top-heavy conference. And then you look at the path Carolina had to go through. 16-3. They had one of the best playoff records in the last, I think since the Oilers of the 80s or something like that. But it's not, nobody has a cupcake matchup. But Carolina dealing with, Philly in the second round. I think it was Pittsburgh they played in the first round. I can't remember. Yeah. But dealing with those 2 teams is not the same as Dallas, Colorado, and Minnesota all dealing with each other in the first 2 rounds. And even when Connor McDavid is calling the Pacific Division during the regular season the pillow fight division, but it's a Pacific Division team that got through and went to the Stanley Cup final. Life in the Central is an absolute beast. So I do think if you are going to win a Stanley Cup, you do have to have, I'll say, a quick series. Not an easy series, but I think you have to have a quick series somewhere along the way. Carolina had 2. Well, actually, they had 3 with the way they handled Montreal. Montreal was so beat up because they went through 7 in their first 2 rounds. But you have to have a quick series somewhere, and that's really difficult. It's going to be really difficult for the Stars to do, just with the division they play in.
What do you think happened to the Stars this year?
I think. I
Can I tell you what I think?
Yeah. What do you think? Let's go.
Let me tell you what I saw, and you tell me how wrong I am, because I probably am wrong.
I don't think you're going to be as wrong as you may think you are.
I think what happened was that the grind caught up to them, and they just kind of ran out of shit over the last, 4 or 5 games. They really needed to win those games, and they just could not muster up enough. I mean, a couple of those games were against Minnesota, and it was pretty clear to me that Minnesota was kind of pushing them around a little bit.
Yes. No, I think you're 100% right. So you said exactly where I was going. So, first of all, for the Stars this season, their final 2-3 weeks, they looked out of sync. And to me, they looked tired. In the series against Minnesota, I thought they looked tired. In the last, few weeks of the season, and Jim Nill acknowledged this when we had our end of the year press conference with him, that he was starting to get a little concerned with about 8 games left in the season with how they were looking. This is not a coincidence to me, but I don't know what the numbers are now, now that we've had the full playoffs run through, but entering the Stanley Cup playoffs, the teams that had played the most hockey games, playoffs and regular season combined, over the last 3 years, I believe, Florida, Edmonton, Dallas. I don't think it's a coincidence. Florida missed the playoffs, Edmonton gone in the first round, Dallas gone in the first round. I do think the tread on the tires was finally gone. And I think it caught them when they got to Minnesota. I mean, when you play, and so it sucks having a short summer, but you hope, or a long summer, short playoff run, long summer. You hope a long summer could set the table for a nice rebound or a great push over the next handful of years for this team. But yeah, I think the mileage caught up to the car, not just this season, over the last 3-4 years.
Do you think it might have been sped up a little bit more with, it seems like goalie was trying to go for a more physical style play?
It could be. Yeah.
That too?
Yeah. The hand-to-hand combat, there could be something to that. But
regardless,
I mean, you have to be ready. You cannot flip a switch. They've been pretty good about somewhat flipping a switch, but you cannot flip a switch. And I mean, Florida, and when I say heavy style, it's not these thundering body checks. I mean, today's game is not the same as the late 90s and the early 2000s, but it's this physical, grinding, never let up, relentless, in your face for 30 to 45 seconds. That's the kind of relentless style of hockey you have to play. Florida's been excellent at it. Carolina's been really good at it. Vegas is a team that can do that and turn on that type of play, which is why, even though they had a rough regular season, I mean, Utah, I thought they were going to be in for a rude awakening. They were. Anaheim, they gave Vegas a push, but as that series went along, that relentless style, I mean, you have to, scar tissue has to be built. I really do believe in hockey. You have to lose before you can win. I was surprised they swept Colorado. I thought Colorado they had enough of that scar tissue built up and they were ready to do that. I was shocked. I think we all were, the way that series went. But Dallas, now that they have a season of doing that under Glenn Gulletson, we'll see what moves Jim Nill can or cannot make. But also, I think there is the internal scar tissue, and it can change you a little bit as a player. You know, some players that haven't gone on long playoff runs like this, I think you kind of learn, okay, I have to change my game a little bit. So we'll see what the year 2.0 version of Glenn Gulletson looks like with this team.
This is Brien Rea. You see him on that Stars pregame show and postgame show and intermissions. And pretty much whatever needs to be done on TV, he's there for you. He can do it all.
And handsomely, too.
Oh, very handsomely.
Thank you, Groobs.
Ruggedly.
Thank you, Groobs. Do you know Groobs is my agent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I make a pretty penny.
Only agent who takes 35% in this business. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
We'll have more with him in just a second, but right now it is time for us to stop down for just a moment for the dreaded and feared mid-show read. You can just chill out for a second if you want. I got this.
You sure?
Because no, I'm not sure. I'm never sure of anything. I got to talk to guys out there about feeling better if you're feeling bad, because a lot of you are in that boat. That is not a pleasant boat to be in. The reason I know this is because these last couple of years have been kind of tough for me, and I've found myself having to look around for what to do about these aches and pains that I'm suddenly feeling after making it for eons without any such thing. Now that's seems to be gone. So what do you do about it? Well, what I did is I went to the CBD House of Healing, and I got this, among other things. This is the full spectrum salve stick. You rub it onto wherever hurts, and you will feel better. It's kind of a heat thing, you know, but there's a little bit more to it than that. Now, at the CBD House of Healing, you may be thinking that I'm sending you to some head shop that's left over from 1964 or something like that. I'm really not. Because at the CBD House of Healing, they approach everything from a medicinal standpoint. Their owner is a registered nurse, and you tell her what's going on, I guarantee you she will have something for you to try, and you will feel better. The CBD House of Healing is located at Plano Road and Northwest Highway, in the northeast quadrant of that burgeoning intersection. Stop by, tell them you heard about it from us here on Your Dark Companion, and start your healing at the CBD House of Healing. Is that enough?
Damn right it is.
Yeah. She says, yeah.
Yeah, that's how she normally is, though.
Yeah, that is how she normally is.
That's our Ashy.
So you mind if we stay on the Stars path?
Let's hit it. Let's rock and roll.
What have they got to do this season? What kind of changes do you look for?
So don't expect a lot of changes.
I don't.
Yeah. Just where this roster is, who is signed, where they are in the salary cap. There is not a great deal of flexibility. The Jason Robertson thing is the thing. Can Jim Nill re-sign him? What is that number going to look like? What does he want? Now, the great thing is he's a restricted free agent. Jim Nill keeping that card in his back pocket was a really smart move by him. It's why he's as good of a GM as he is. But 40-plus goals and 90-plus points, you want to find a way to keep that in your lineup.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't just churn that out overnight.
No. And even it's hard to build that in the aggregate to go Moneyball style, if you lost that out of your roster. So that's the first priority. I think it's going to come down to a lot of internal growth. You know, you're going to want to find a way to keep Jason Robertson in your lineup. I think you're going to want somebody like Thomas Harley to have a bounce back year, you know, on that second pair of defense. You're going to want, you know, Jim Nilt talked about it in his end of the season press conference. A little more consistency out of Jake Ottinger is a fair critique. I'm a believer in him. I think he's a top 10 goaltender in the NHL. Goaltending is also my favorite position in the NHL. So am I biased? Absolutely. But, you know, a little more consistency out of that. And does that consistency come with a slightly lower workload, knowing how good Casey DeSmith is? I mean, arguably the best backup in the league. We'll see what happens there. The big question for me, and I don't have the answer, unfortunately. Wish I did. I have always felt they have always missed Chris Tanev from a couple of years ago, and just what he brought to that second defensive pair. Now, Niels Lundqvist had a really good season last year, and you could see real growth out of him playing alongside Thomas Harley under Glenn Gulletson. How much does that growth continue? Because, I mean, I think they have 7 defensemen already under contract, so it's not like you go out and get somebody because now you're getting crowded again. But between a bounce back from Thomas Harley and a little growth and improvement out of Niels Lundqvist, does that change the way your second defensive unit looks? That's always been a big question mark for me, is just I feel like they have always missed what they got from Chris Tanev when they picked him up at the trade deadline. Now, I mean, they weren't going to be able to keep him. That contract that he got from Toronto was, by all means, go ahead, deal with that. You know, and Toronto's dealing with that now. But it's going to be a lot of internal growth. That's going to be the big thing. It's going to be internal growth from the majority of this roster to try and push themselves forward. That's going to be the biggest thing for this team.
Where do you think Ottinger ranks? Is he an upper tier goaltender, would you say?
He's top 10 in the NHL. He's not top 5 in my eyes. Because and I've had this conversation with people, you know, from a true hockey nerdum. Let's start rattling off NHL goaltender names. Okay, you know, Ilya Sorokin was a Vezina frontrunner this year. You know, Vasilevsky is the one that won it in Tampa. Shesterkin in New York is viewed as arguably the best goaltender in the league. Sergei Bobrovsky in Florida, you know, has the 2 Stanley Cups underneath him, and that's a double-digit, you know, $1 million contract. You know, UC Saros in Nashville has been a part of the Vezina conversation. So there's 5 right there, and they have arguably been stronger, at least over the last handful of years, than maybe Jake Ottinger has been. But after that, okay, is Jordan Binnington better than Jake Ottinger? Is Philip Gustafsson better than Jake Ottinger? I mean, he was put into a tandem situation in Minnesota this year. You know, Aiden Hill in Vegas was the guy who won them the cup, and now he just lost his job to Carter Hart, who was the starter, you know, throughout the playoffs for Vegas. Freddie Anderson in Carolina, who just won, he had consistency issues himself and even had an injury situation, and Carolina had to change goaltenders. Like, it gets muddy where you start throwing names out there and you can come up with the argument that Jake Ottinger has performed better in certain areas there. So I think he's in that 5 to 10 range, or if you want to say at least a top 10 goaltender in the NHL. That's how I view Jake Ottinger.
You're happy to have him.
Absolutely.
How about that?
And the other thing too, who's better and how do you get them? I don't think you can find somebody that you can get without forking over more money, more draft picks, and more of a situation. And also, everybody doesn't have what it takes to win a Stanley Cup until they win the Stanley Cup. Yeah. Former guy on your show, Ed Belfour.
Yes.
How did he end up in Dallas? Because he couldn't win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
And then he won the Stanley Cup. Everybody can't win the championship in their respective sport until they win it. Then all of a sudden, the narrative changes. So
I must tell you, I was very, very surprised. One of the biggest surprises that I've had in the course of doing this was when we were able to get him.
He's a lot of fun to talk to, isn't he?
He's awesome.
He's so cool to talk to.
Number one, I didn't know he was still around.
Oh, yeah.
And number two, he just really never seemed like the kind of guy to me that would suffer fools like us.
Isn't it amazing when I've talked to him a couple of times. It's like I don't know him, but I've interviewed him a couple of times. He's so soft spoken and he has this really quiet demeanor, and you're like, weren't you the a-hole on the ice in the 90s? And you're like, you were the angry goaltender. It was so fun. Isn't a lot of players are like that. It's amazing when they get inside the glass. Something changes in those players, and you see a totally different side come out of them. It's amazing how different he is compared to Eddie the Eagle, the persona you saw on the ice. Yeah.
Compared to what we thought we were going to get.
Yeah, he's still got a presence to him, obviously.
Oh, he totally has a presence.
Like you said, so soft-spoken, so, like, quiet.
Well, but he's sitting there, and you realize everything he's done in his career. Mm-hmm. So he's so soft-spoken, and you're like, yeah, but the Eagle is still in there.
Oh, yeah.
The Eagle is still in there, baby. Yeah. He's so much fun to talk to. Yeah.
All right, one more for you.
Okay,
here.
yeah.
Coach. New coach this year.
Yes.
Did you like him? Did you think he did?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Was he pushing the right buttons?
Yes, absolutely. You can't. At some point, time is going to get you.
Yeah. Now asking from the standpoint of a hockey idiot. I mean, I'm a fan of the game. I've become a fan of the game. I really like the game, but I can't watch it and tell you why whatever just happened did.
So yes, I think he's a great coach. Sevy and I have talked about this multiple times over the years. And Peter DeBoer and Glenn Gulletson are two different personalities. And I grew up with a lawyer father. Peter DeBoer is a lawyer background. Lawyers don't reveal anything.
Yeah.
They don't want to reveal any information.
Mm-hmm.
That's very common in hockey. It's not a criticism. It's just the demeanor of the previous coach.
Right.
Glenn Gulletson, listening to him talk about different areas of the game and how he would just phrase things and reveal certain things. And it's not like he was giving away state secrets or anything like that, but he was a little more open and a little more fluid with explaining what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And in terms of his philosophy, Peter DeBoer was giddy up and go. If the puck's in your own zone, you swarm it, you get it, and you go. Glenn Gulletson's philosophy, the thing that I noticed, and Sevy and I, watching in training camp, and he even said this in training camp media availabilities, they're okay conceding the low danger part of the ice. The key for them is they want to be in the most important areas. So that is protect the middle. Own the middle of the ice. That's the area that they cannot give up. But if you want to take shots from the outside, go ahead. They're happy to give those up. And so there are times where it may look like the Stars are getting caved in or they're being outshot, 31-21 in a hockey game. But if they're low quality, low danger shots, and you have a top 10 goaltender in the NHL, in my own opinion, I understand that philosophy and I don't mind it. Vegas used a similar philosophy when they won their cup. So I don't mind the changes and the schematic changes. It's more, let's protect the most important part of our zone. Then once we have control, we will go the other way. And then also, and a lot of this is Neil Graham too, who he brought up as an assistant coach from the AHL. But Glenn Gulletson ran the power play in Edmonton, and you wonder, okay, well, how good were you really because you had Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl?
It's kind of a cheat code.
Yeah. The Stars' power play was murdering teams all season long with the personnel they had. So it was not just the cheat code that he had in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Clearly, he and Neil Graham as well, their collective brain power knows how to make you pay on the power play. I think a little more 5-on-5 control next season is something we'd like to see out of this team. Not as much reliance on their power play. But no, I think he's a great coach. I love listening to him talk hockey. And any new coach that comes in and gets you to the playoffs with the success the Stars had, you don't fault him one bit for the season they had. Not at all.
Not to lie.
Not at all. No. I think he's a great coach.
You know what you've done here today, Brien Rea?
Hung out with you guys. Actually, I had a great time.
You know what else you've done here today?
I don't. It's my first time on.
Well, you've earned yourself another time on.
Yeah. Oh! I would love that. I would love that. But you know what?
It will happen.
But we got to get Sevy on first.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to
All
get
right,
Sevy on before I
I'm
come
on
back.
it. I'll check in back in with him.
And you know what? If he blows you off, let me know.
You got it.
Let me know. I cut his grass every Saturday. I'll talk to him.
Sounds about right.
There he is, the great Brien Rea.
Thank y'all
see
so
him
much.
on the Stars pregame show. He kills it there, killing it here on YDC today. Thank you very much for watching. We must advise you, as we always do, what we need from you is help. Put us out there on your social media. Tell your friends about us. Help us build this thing. Turn it into a mammoth, and not a Utah mammoth, but just a regular mammoth. Do that. We'll keep doing it, and it'll work out. What?
Don't worry about it.
Was that nerdy?
Yeah, a little bit.
I thought it was brilliant. No, the
It was
wordplay was
nerdy.
brilliant.
There we go.
Brilliant.
It was nerdy, and I'm embarrassed now. Bye.
All right. I'm gonna go take my pants off.
Your Dark Companion is a Stolen Water Media presentation.